Assalamu alaikum. In this video, inshallah, we are going to study about cells. This lecture is for class 11th students and the name of chapter is Cell, the unit of life. The lectures of this series of videos are based on NCERT textbook for biology. Now let's start with the introduction. All the living organisms on this earth are composed of cells. Based on number of cells present, organisms are of two types. Unicellular organisms are composed of single cells, for example, amoeba, chlamydomonas, bacteria, etc. Multicellular organisms are composed of many cells, for example, human beings, cow, goat, sheep, plants, etc. Unicellular organisms, like the multicellular organisms, are capable of performing all the essential functions of life independently. Why cell is considered as fundamental unit of life? Because anything less than a complete structure of a cell does not ensure independent living. Hence, we can say cell is the fundamental structural and functional unit of all living organisms. Now, the discovery. The term cell was introduced by Robert Hooke in his book Micrographia in 1665 when he examined thin slices of cork tissue under his primitive type of microscope that is shown at the upper right corner. The cork tissue was taken from the plant named as Quercus. Since we know cork is a dead tissue, we can say that Robert Hooke saw only dead walls of plant cells. Then who saw the living cells for the first time? Let's see. It was Anton von Leeuwenhoek who for the first time saw and described living cells, for example, human sperm cells, bacteria, protozoans, and red blood cells. Then Robert Brown later discovered the nucleus in an orchid root cell. Now the cell theory. Schleiden, a German botanist, examined a large number of plants and observed that all plants are composed of different kinds of cells which form the tissues of plant. Similarly, Chevan, a British zoologist, studied different types of animal cells and reported that cells had a thin outer layer which is today known as plasma membrane. Based on his studies, he also said that cell wall is a unique character of plant cells. So the original cell theory was formulated by Schleiden and Chevan, but this theory didn't explain how new cells arise. It was Rolf Virchow who for the first time explained that cells divide and new cells arise from the pre-existing cells. In his own language, he used the phrase omnis cellula e cellula. Thus, he modified the cell theory into modern cell theory or cell principle. The main postulates of cell principle are all living organisms are composed of cells, are cell, and products of cells. Number second, all the functions of an organism or the product are functions of its cells. For example, respiration, nutrition, excretion, etc. This means if an organism shows the process of nutrition, it is actually its cells that require nutrients. The third postulate that was added by Ralph Virchow states that all cells arise from pre-existing cells. But this third statement was not present in the original cell theory given by Schleiden and Chevan. The original cell theory given by Schleiden and Chevan contained only the first two postulates. The addition of third postulate of Ralph Virchow changed the cell theory into modern cell theory or cell principle. Thanks for watching.